projected the other, which put my escrow account into the negative. Then from that point on, all the payments that she made were going into suspension because they never applied them to the mortgage payment. So everything was always behind. So now what they have is they started harassment by sending me the letters of default, and every other day or so I get a UPS truck or a FedEx truck. The last one I got said to me, this is the final notice for a modification package. They are harassing me into modifying the loan. When I filled out a modification package in September and they denied it out and outright. They didn't put me through a trial period or anything. They just denied it. So now I've got 4 or 5 or 6 envelopes with modification package in there for me to sign and send back because they want me to recontract, and I'm not going to do that. I've sent out qualified written requests to every address that was harassing me, and I wanted to know, as a preemptive strike, what is the next thing that I need to gear down to be able to do preparing for.
Okay, Karen, I'm just going to jump in real quick, and Larry, you can take over from there. But did you guys read, or are you an actual member?
I am a member.
Okay,
this is the best thing I've ever done.
The gentleman that sent out the qualified written request, they failed to answer. He sued them, and he foreclosed on their local Wells Fargo branch, all for $1,200.
I didn't see that.
Did you read that article?
I didn't see that article.
You check the news daily, yeah. So depending on how they answered, remember, when they dig into your money, because that escrow account, they're being the fiduciaries of your money. It's not their money, It's your money.
Right.
There's a big responsibility that goes with that. So if you ask for an accounting specific to that account and say, listen, I need an accounting of this escrow. I believe that you're wrong by double charging or projecting my taxes without any reason. Did the county, call you or say, hey, we're going to raise taxes next year?
They can't because of my disability. My disability.
No. I'm asking you. In the letter, you would ask Chase this. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. You would ask them for verification, validation of the escrow amounts. Okay. If they don't come back with some legitimate answer, and you tell them, listen, I'm disabled. My taxes are never going to change. If anything, they'll go down, okay? Why did you project this tax and take this money and mess up my entire accounting? Now you're refusing to take payments. So what happens is once you do that and they don't respond, and I don't know if they've responded to your existing ones that you said you've sent out.
No, they haven't yet.
How long has it been?
It's not within the 20 days. I sent the first. I sent them all about a week ago.
Oh, okay. Well, just wait. Just be patient. But, I think I discussed this before on one of our weekly webinars that we need to stay diligent on top of this because if they do not and they fail to answer, number one, obviously FDCPA, but you got TILA arrest, you got all kinds of damage that go there. And now on top of that, you're going to have punitive damages because you're handicapped. This is stressing you and your mother out. You don't need this kind of stuff.
I'm totally stressed out. Yes.
Exactly. So you don't need this kind of stuff, and if you do it right, and they're without fail going to screw up. Do you not agree, Larry?
I agree.
So if you do it the right way, you're going to put them in a corner.
Okay, so right now, just wait for them not to reply. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean that you wait for them to reply or not reply, whatever it may be, but you should assume they are not going to provide you with the right answers and the right resolution of this issue. And you should be, hopefully, ready to sue them or at the very least threaten to sue them. And it could be for violations of RESPA, the Real Estate Settlement Practices Act. It could be for TILA, which Jesse was talking about before. It could be FDCPA. It could be Fair Credit Reporting Act.
It could be all of them.
All of it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so right now what I'm doing is just being prepared to take them to court, and that is federal court, right?
Yeah, because everything that we just talked about, the 4 laws that I told you are all federal laws. Now, in theory, you could sue in state court for this stuff, but I guarantee they're going to remove it to federal court, so you might as well just start there. That's where you're going to end up.
And I don't have to wait for any of this. I can just wait for my time factor to go through, which is the 20 days for them to respond and the 60 days for them to actually answer those requests. And once they have not done that, then I can go and strike first.
Yeah, you can absolutely strike first, and keep in mind it's a very easy process to amend a complaint, especially in federal court.
Okay.
So even if they violate during the course of the lawsuit up until a certain time, which could be several months down the line, you can amend your complaint to add in those additional counts.
Okay. Well, I'll do that. Well, I'll be on the webinar with the lawsuit filing, because that's what's coming up tomorrow, I think.
Right. Yeah, I'll be doing a webinar on filing of a lawsuit.
Yeah, to understand that process better, because in the other subsections, taking their money, the creditors and everything, I've been working with that as well. I did send out an intent to sue letter, and I honestly lost my nerve when it came to, I had to get down there right away because it was one that I found where the statute for Fair Debt Credit Practicing Act was running out. But I did hear back from one of the ladies at the collection agency. I don't feel I'm up to par yet or as experienced enough to speak with them, so I did give her my email address for us to correspond that way. She did write me back and say that she was going to investigate the matter to look, so I anticipate hearing something from her tomorrow, and if not, I will respond to her in kind and tell her that I am going to file suit, or just go down there and file it.
Yeah,
because
tell her. Exactly. Just make it clear, Karen, right? Statute of limitations running out, I'm going to have to file the suit, and you're going to incur more charges, but I have to do it because if not, I'm going to lose my remedy, and you can't do that. So no matter what,
right.
you got to make sure you stay diligent, that's all.
And when you
Karen, did you see that I responded to hold on a second. Did you see that I responded to your forum question today about that very issue?
I did. A few minutes ago.
Okay.
A few minutes ago, yes.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
That's what I'm going to do.
You're just about to file. You haven't exceeded the statute of limitations. Is that correct?
For the FDCPA, I did, but the FCRA, I have not. And so,
okay, well, you should be fine on FCRA because that goes back at least 2 years, if not 5 years.
Right, I'm fine on that. So, but what I wanted to say was that, one of the things that I found the helpful for the things that you tell us all is to personalize these letters according to our own situation. I picked one of the intent to sue letter templates that you had out there, and I did just that. I personalized it. And at the bottom of it, I did make aware of the fact that I was disabled. And there was a human interest story article printed about me in the state of New Jersey. And I copied that and put it in there just to tell them that I just want to let you know who's showing up to court. I am a lady who has had brain surgery in the month of March. I had both my legs amputated below the knee in the month of June. I had my right hand amputated in the month of July, and 4 fingers, 2 fully and 2 partly, amputated on my left hand in the month of August. This all happened in 1992. I had a very rare vascular illness that people say if you live, you only live 1 to 5 years after that, and this was 20 years ago. So I just wanted to let them know who would be showing up to court. I drive, I type, I do all those things, run a house, take care of my son. He's grown, but he's still back home. I run a household, chief cook and bottle washer. But my intent is when I go into court, I will not have my legs on. I will be going just as I am.
There you go.
Well, good for you, Karen. And I hope you live another 50 years and make these people's lives miserable like they've tried to make your life miserable and a whole bunch of other people.
I am. I'm going to start getting my documentation ready for when I don't hear from them. And I'll be on the webinar tomorrow to listen about the lawsuit process, actually, so that I'll know what to do. Some of the things I already listened to. And I just want to, and I thank you for answering my question, but I also wanted to tell you guys, for anybody that's listening that's not a member, for me, everything I do, I have to calculate because I live off of Social Security disability. But that $99 and the $49 payment that's coming up is some of the best money that I have ever spent. It's just like that young Japanese man said, that we rely on other people. We don't dig into information for ourselves. And what the government, I think, and these agencies and these loan people and banks bank on, the reason why they are so successful in doing the things that they do is because we are not going to investigate it ourselves. We're not going to find out that there are penalties written in TILA and RESPA and the Fair Debt Practicing Act. We don't know anything about it, and I have been telling everyone I can possibly tell about what you all are doing, and I just want to say a resounding thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Karen. We appreciate that. And that's the whole intent, is to empower people to get out there with real information, real results that everybody can afford. And I encouraged everybody last week on our webinar, listen, if you know somebody else and you're a member, grab that person and help them out. Do not let them go homeless.